Lonnie is wearing a pair of knee-high long boots here. One of the viewers asked for an outfit for Lonnie, which basically consisted of a red sweater, a black skirt, and a pair of brown boots. In the last video, we made the sweater and the skirt. In this video, we are going to make the boots. We are going to make the boots from scratch, as repainting existing boots is not an option. Descendants dolls have larger feet than typical clothing accessories that you can buy at the stores. So, to start, we will need to make the sole first. I cut a paper clip and then bent it to the shape of Lonnie's feet. And then I sandwiched the paper clip in between two cardboards. After I got the shape, I kept on gluing more cardboards until I have the thickness I wanted. And then I cut this board into the shape of Lonnie's feet, and now we have the sole. We still need to make the heels. To make the heels, I used the tapered round ends of the craft sticks. I cut them, then stacked them up, and glued them together to make the heels. Next, we need to make the upper part of the shoes. I traced Lonnie's shoes, then traced that onto a fabric, cut them, then glued them together to make the upper part of the shoe. With the sole. I cut out the axis, and now we have the foot part of the boots done. Now we need to make the shaft. I traced Lonnie's calf. I cut out two of them and then taped them together so they envelope Lonnie's legs. And then wrap the cardboard with fabric. So now we have the shaft that envelopes the leg minus the opening at the front. Then cut out a long strip which will become the tongue. Insert that on the front of the boot. And then paint the boots with brown acrylic paint. Next, we need to make the eyelet. We are going to use tiny white beads for the eyelets. Make holes just big enough for small beads to go through. Glue each tiny bead into each hole. Then put a shoelace through those holes. For the shoelace, I used a red embroidery thread. And then I glued a white flower embellishment on the boots. Then Lonnie's boots are done.